Hey everybody, it's Herc here, and we're going to start nice and early today. Actually, we're 5 minutes ahead of schedule, so just give me a hello if you guys can hear me in the chat box, please. I just want to make sure audio is good. And I'm going to set up my... Can anybody give me a one? Nobody said anything yet, so I'm not even sure if you guys can hear me yet. Somebody just type one if you can hear me. Nobody? It's Herc here, by the way. Let me change this. There's not many on, but I need anybody that can hear me just to type one, just so I know. Okay, thank you, Brenda. All right. And then give me a two if you can see my screen as well, please. It's the schedule of events on Supremacy Digital. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah. So I did start this webinar a bit early today. Thank you, AJ. Maybe more people will be coming on closer to the hour because usually we start a little bit late often. So I just wanted to start on or early today. Todd's not going to be making it today. He's hurt his back and he's kind of laid up in bed. So basically, welcome to the Supremacy Digital webinar. This webinar format is basically for you guys, 100% for you guys. We don't cover anything in particular. What we do is allow you guys to ask us questions about anything at all, any of our products, anything that's going on in your business, any advice you want, any SEO knowledge you want, in anything. So it's 100%, excuse me, pure question and answer based. The only thing I will cover, and I usually cover this every time, is just the Supremacy Digital membership area. If you're not a member of this already, it is free to join. What you do get for joining, actually before I cover that, I'll cover the schedule of events. So this is on the page that I'm showing you right now. I'll actually put it in your chat box. There you go. This is our schedule of webinars. I'm going to just close this, where you can see what product the webinar is for and what it's about and stuff like that. We hold multiple webinars, we have guests, we have multiple products where we have specific training. So Supremacy Digital webinars, the one you're on today is this one. Like I said, it's a live Q&A, but we'll also have Project Supremacy webinars where we only talk about this software, SurfTech webinars. If we have guest webinars, it'll show a picture of the guest here and stuff like that. So anything you guys want to see what's coming up, you can get from the schedule of events. And if you join Supremacy Digital, basically what you get is access to a lot of our free courses, our replays of our webinars and stuff like that, a members forum. Okay, pause this. So you can get access to all, sorry, I'm trying to pause this video. So there we go. You'll get access to all our webinars for every product, all our replays. And once again, the nice thing is they are completely keyword searchable. So for instance, if I go into our Supremacy webinars, which are for products that we own, our guest webinars are for guests of ours who come on and talk about their area of expertise. Our product webinars are searchable. And the way we work that is we basically upload replays into a keyword searchable format. So if you guys are ever searching for something in here, say you want to learn in Project Supremacy, that's where I am right now. You can see members, webinars, Supremacy products, Project Supremacy V3. If you want to learn about, schema, you would just type in the word schema, and all the points in all the past webinars where we've talked about schema, it'll load a link to the point in the webinar on YouTube where we actually talk about schema. So this is what the product, the topics. So we're talking about management or updates, and then as I'm moving this around, it's moving around. But yeah, we're talking about the schema sniper here or anything related to schema. This will be the exact thing that we're talking about. And if you want to watch it, what I suggest you do is right click and open a link in a new tab. And that'll take you over to that webinar where you can actually watch, see how it fast forwards to minute 29 in the webinar. it's us talking, or probably me talking about that specific topic there. So you can search any of them, all of the keyword searchable stuff for specific products. So you can see we actually have a lot of different classifications of webinars. So we even have our Pixel Scout webinars in here and stuff like that now. So it's very organized, very easy to find, and keyword searchable, so that you guys can always find what you're looking for. As a member of Supremacy Digital, you also have access to courses. These are just some of the past courses that Todd and I have put together, or other content creators have put together for us. So Dino has a Facebook ad consulting web course in here, rank and rent method, 8-week local coaching. This is a video one, this is a PDF one. Corey Sanchez with LinkedIn opportunity, messenger bot marketing, all this stuff, all for free for you guys, just for signing up to Supremacy Digital. And then of course, we will upload all replays into here, as well as in the specific product. So if you guys are members of Project Supremacy V3, we will upload those webinars there as well. But Supremacy Digital is just easier because it has everything. And that way, if you do want to learn about our other products or other trainings, you can do so from in here. So 100% free to join. Just go to Supremacy Digital. I'll put that in your chat box and you guys can join that. So with all that said, that's basically all I want to cover on the kind of housekeeping items. So now what I'll just do, guys, this webinar might be short, it might be long, and it is 100% based on your questions. So if you guys have specific questions for me relating to anything at all, you know what I mean, with your business, with SEO, with any of our products, go ahead and start typing in your questions, and then I'll answer them one by one. And this webinar will basically go as long as you guys are still asking questions. If nobody has any questions, then there's really no answers to give, and the webinar will be quite short. So I'm gonna just mute myself now and allow you guys to go ahead and ask me, basically ask me anything at all. So I'll give you guys a few minutes here. And typically I also find that people sometimes don't know what to ask. So it's always fun for you guys if I start with something. So I will start with one thing. I'll start with one update that we've made to one of our products called Project Supremacy V3. This has been a pretty cool update and a pretty important one. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me talk about Project Planner before. It's part of the Project Supremacy V3 product. And this particular feature, if you install the plugin and go to the product manager, is basically an on-site optimization tool. But it's a dashboard. So rather than optimizing pages one at a time, like you're used to doing, like with an SEO plugin, and you go to the page and you optimize it, this becomes a dashboard where you can actually either create new pages like this, that what you're seeing here. I'll expand this, I'll expand all. You can create new pages, or you can pull in pages that already exist and look at the optimization. So let me actually do this. I'll collapse this. So here you guys can see there's 5 little boxes here. Now what each of these boxes are is a specific page on this website, okay, that I want to look at all the optimizations for it in one single place. So I'm going to expand this all now just to quickly show it to you. Okay. So you can see here's a page, V3 Project Supremacy WordPress Management. Here's one for JSON Schema Generator. So what I'm doing here is optimizing the title, the URL, the description, and the H1, but I'm also supplying keywords through keyword research that I want to rank this particular page in Google for. So this whole box contains a whole bunch of information about the optimization of this page, and I can actually optimize this page right from here. Now the update that I'm talking about, I'm not going to go into too much training about the Project Planner, and if you do want to see it, like I said, you can use that keyword research feature, and there's tons of times where I teach you guys how to use this. It's an extremely powerful tool. But the update that we made is to the actual fetching of the volume in the CPC for specific keywords. What we've done, and I'll actually just go run one. I'll just create a new project here. So we'll go create a new project, and we'll just call this Webby SD, just name it whatever. I'm gonna just show you guys a keyword research, and this is the thing that we've changed. So I'm gonna go actions. I'm gonna go automatically generate groups, and this is gonna basically help me with keywords research. So let's say I'm doing keyword research for SEO tools, okay? I could type in the keyword SEO tools. I want to look up about 200 keywords. I want a minimum search volume of, let's say 500, okay, and 50, and then I'm going to click OK. Now, normally before this latest update, what you would get a lot of times is a message that said our API was overloaded, try again in 60 seconds. And it started becoming a nuisance to just go back every 60 seconds and try things, hoping for the API connection to, or hoping that too many people weren't searching at the same time and the API connection would get refused and you'd get the 60-second message. What we've changed is we've added everything now into a queued system where you won't have to go back in 60 seconds. It will put your keywords in, but now it gives you a message that says, you know, you successfully queued your process for generating groups, and you will receive an email once the process is completed, or you can simply check back later for results, and then just a kind of a warning. But don't go add any new groups or anything, because let it do its process first. Otherwise, everything you do will get overwritten. The point of this update was to avoid having to come back every 60 seconds and retry, hoping that other people weren't doing the same thing and it overwhelmed the system. Now everything goes into a queue. You'll get an email when it's done, or you can just come back like the message said and check later to see when it's done. There you go. It is done. So I actually should receive an email as well to my Project Supremacy. So whatever your Project Supremacy account is that's where you'll receive the email, right? So I should have an email coming right away saying, you know, the analysis is done. So there's all the keywords that we pulled in for SEO tools, and now I can go from here and start organizing keywords into groups. So I'll just do this training really quickly. The way I would do it is click that word cloud, and what this word cloud does is it creates, you guys have probably seen word clouds before, but where this is being generated from is all these keywords that we pulled in from the AdWords tool based on our search of SEO tools. And then it only takes one word from each of the words, and then it gets bigger as that word is repeated more often. So for instance, if I click on SEO, it'll highlight every keyword that has the term SEO in it, right? So what I would do is if I wanted to start creating little groups or pages or posts that were targeting specific keywords, I could go through this list and say, okay, like ranking is in 5 keywords. So then what I could do is actually create a new group and move it over to ranking. So let's do that. So I would go add a new group. We'd call it ranking. And I'm kind of training again on this, but I'll just do it quickly. Okay, and then you can see if I scroll down, there should be a new group called ranking here. Okay, and then what I could do is, once again, I wanted to create a post about SEO tools and ranking. I'd find that word ranking, and then I would highlight those keywords. I would check them, okay, the ones that are highlighted, right? Okay, actually, sorry, I'm gonna hold down my control key and highlight them. So you can see how the whole thing gets highlighted in blue when I hold down my control key, or command key if you're on a Mac, okay? And once they're highlighted in blue, then what I can do is drag those keywords out of this kind of messy group into this ranking group. Now, this, for instance, would be 5 keywords that all deal with ranking. If I wanted to create a page about SEO tools, and specifically ranking tools, okay, there's my little group of keywords, there's the search volume, there's the CPC. I can now open up a word cloud again over here, and you can see it's a lot smaller because there's only 5 keywords, and I can start creating titles, URLs, descriptions, and H1s for this page based on this group of keywords. And I can optimize for all 5 of these keywords just by making sure I'm including all the stuff in here throughout my optimization. So obviously ranking is bigger because that keyword shows up in all 5, search only shows up in 1, keywords shows up in 1, tool shows up in 2, engine is 1, website is 1, and SEO is 2. So if I wanted to rank for all keywords, there's a couple of ways I could do it. Okay, I can search, or sorry, not search. Let me save this and then reopen it so I can show you the sorting. Let me go back to my projects, and we'll go to WebESD, and I'll get to that question too, Brandon. Just want to show this. So let's go back and collapse everything just so it's easier to work with. Okay, and I'm only interested in working on this group. So let's create a wireframe for this project. I'll load the word cloud. Okay, and then what I can do is sort by volume and be like, okay, website ranking is obviously 22,000. SEO ranking is 9,900. Keyword ranking is 8,100. I'll make this a little bigger too. Right? I want to try and rank for these keywords. The other thing I can do is get the basic Google competition in them before I start optimizing. So I would go get keyword competition. And what that'll do is go out and search the broad, the phrase, the title in the URL match. But if I just wanted to start trying to rank for this stuff, you know, I don't want to rank for website ranking. I do want to rank for like SEO tools, keyword ranking and stuff like that. So what I could do is look at these keywords, SEO ranking tool, keyword ranking, SEO ranking, okay, and start optimizing. So my title might be something like SEO keyword ranking tool, right? So SEO keyword ranking tool, SEO ranking, keyword ranking, SEO ranking tool. So you can see those three keywords they're all kind of put in here in different orders, right? If I wanted to target a specific keyword very, very aggressively, okay, SEO ranking tool, I could change this to SEO ranking tool, right? And then just say some other thing, track your keyword in Google, right? And now I'm being aggressive for SEO ranking tool. And then down here, I could do SEO keyword ranking tool, right? And then in my description, you know, same kind of idea. We're basically using this group, trying to create a nice little sentence that creates all these words. So we can be aggressive again with SEO ranking tool. We'll add keyword SEO keyword ranking tool. Search your website. So I'm pulling words from here, right? Search your website to engine's another one. Search your website in Google search engine to see where you rank, stuff like that, right? So I can save it, and then I need an H1 would be the last thing. So we could do website, because we haven't used the word website yet. Well, we used it here in the description, but not in the title or in the URL. So a website ranking tool for SEOs. Right? So then we could save it. And there's a plan, right? So you can see how quickly I created, I used the keyword search and showed you the update. But then I went through the main list of keywords that they brought back for me. I said, I'm only interested in keywords that deal with ranking. I pulled them into this group. I opened my word cloud. I optimized a title, a URL description, and an H1 really, really quickly. This becomes a really good plan for a page. So if I wanted to actually now create the page, I could do this, okay? Create a new page from the group or create a new post from the group. So let's go ahead and create a new page. You can see it's creating the page, and now it brings you over to the draft of that page, right? Not necessarily the live page, but the draft. But the nice thing with Project Supremacy is because you did all your planning over here, right? You know what you want to rank for, the keywords, the groups, the search volumes. It's still searching for the competition metrics. Usually I wait for competition metrics to come in before I choose, you know, which keyword or keywords I want to be really, really aggressive about. But now that the page is created, you can see it inserts the H1 for us. Now this by default is a page title in WordPress, but with Project Supremacy, it does become the H1. You can see it inserted the URL for us, and it inserted the title for us, and it inserted the description for us. And if I'm happy with everything, you can see the URL right now is just !page ID. That's because it's still a draft. Okay, if I'm happy with the basic on-page elements of that, what I can do now is publish that page, right? So we would just go publish, and now it's a live page with a really, really good skeleton optimization, right? Now, what else would we do? We'd obviously go and we'd add our content, we get our article written, add some images, add some videos, stuff like that. But we have the basic fundamentals of this optimization done. Now, the nice thing is because we have this all in one, you can see each one of these is a project. Sometimes you can add certain different groups of pages or posts to different projects, or sometimes you just want to do keyword research. You can actually move groups from keyword research groups from this group to that group. Sometimes I start with like a big group of keywords, like this one. Okay, I'll start with this, and then I'll create the plan, and there you go. You can see all my stuff. So it's pretty competitive in here. I'm kind of switching gears really fast. This stuff's happening. It's pretty competitive in here. So SEO ranking tool has the lowest amount of competition. So that would have been what I wanted to optimize for. And actually, this goes back to my other point. Once you have your groups done and your pages published, this is now backwards compatible. If you make updates on the actual page itself, or if you make updates over here, both will always be updated, right? So let's do this. Now that we have our competition data, let's see. SEO ranking tool is probably the keyword. Oh, look at that. That's the one I picked anyways. It's probably the least competitive. And then search engine ranking tool is the next least competitive, right? If I organize by phrase, in title and in URL are the best kind of metric. Those are the ones that, if this keyword shows up in the title, or if this keyword shows up in the URL in Google, right? Like for instance, let's go to Google. I'll show you where those numbers are coming from. So I'll take this keyword and I'll do that same search for that keyword, and you can see, oops, I gotta put it in quotes. So there's about 123 results where the exact phrase SEO ranking tool is showing up in the title. So you can see SEO ranking tool, SEO ranking tool, SEO ranking tool, SEO ranking tool. And then the other one would be show me that same thing, but show me it in the URL. Now, the reason these two are important in title and in URL is because SEOs know that if you want to rank for a keyword and you want to optimize your page properly, that's definitely going to want to show up in your title or in your URL or in both, right? So now we're saying, okay, show me all the sites in Google that have this phrase in the URL. And you can see SEO ranking tool, SEO ranking tool, SEO ranking tool, right? So that's why these metrics are important. Now, did we optimize for that SEO ranking tool? We did in the title, which is great. And then we added keyword, SEO keyword ranking tool, which is great. Search engine ranking tool is another kind of cherry pick keyword. It's got the lowest competition. So maybe we want, instead of using the word SEO, well, we have it here, but then here we have search engine ranking. So what we could do is SEO is used in the title, and then SEO is used in this URL, but search engine ranking tool is a different form of SEO. So what we could do is change our thing. Search engine ranking tool, right? We're going to change our URL, and then we're going to click save. Okay, and something kind of funny is going to happen. So now we have search engine ranking tool. Actually, we don't want this part in, so let's get rid of that. We'll save it. Okay, so we're a little better optimized for the easier keywords, okay, now. So I made the update here, right? But let's go back to the page and see what happens to the page. So there's our old URL. We're going to refresh this. And you see how the URL is now changed? And the reason it's changed is because we changed it over here, because this is now connected to that page. So if you make changes on the page, great, it'll update over here. If you make changes over here, great, it'll make dates to the page for you. And that's why the project planner is so powerful, because when you have all the pages that matter to you on a site loaded into this dashboard, it becomes very easy to look at everything that matters as far as on-site optimization and to be able to control it from a single dashboard, right? And that's just one of the features. Now, the last feature of this, I'm going to go back to a regular zoom, is also you have the ability to track the rankings of these keywords on the page. That's another important element. You want to see your results, right? So I can select all these keywords and then go to my actions tab and say, well, I also want to track my rankings, right? So it'll say these are the keywords, what search engine you want to track for. I'll say google.com, and then I'll add those keywords. And now what it's going to do is track those keywords for me and show me in that group where I'm ranking for them, which is another really, really useful piece of information to have, right? And right now we're not ranking for anything. Obviously, it's a brand new page, but that's the point of the project planner, guys. And it kind of all leads back to the data was before a little bit hard to get because a lot of people are using it, so we got put up against the wall a lot. But that is the fix. So I guess, there's a couple questions I'm going to answer right now. I just wanted to show this to you guys to kind of maybe get your juices flowing, kind of get you guys thinking about, hey, what question should I ask? And this one always brings up a lot of questions when I show it, because a lot of times people haven't seen it, or they just haven't used it and don't understand it. So it's nice to give you guys a quick overview of some of the things you can do with this tool just to get your juices flowing and then asking questions. So let me get back to the questions that have been asked. So Brenda says, Yoast is putting auto schema in his plugin. Won't that clash with the other schema we put on? My recommendation there, Brenda, is don't use Yoast. Use Project Supremacy as an SEO plugin. If you must use Yoast, yes, it will clash. If you don't have the ability in Yoast to turn off schema, you'll get not duplicate schema entries, but you'll get extra entries. You'll get the stuff that you build with Project Supremacy V3 schema builder, and then you'll also get the Yoast schema. So it's to me, less is more. Using one plugin that does all the things that you need in only one plugin is a far better option. I know a lot of people are getting really angry with the choices that Yoast are making, like that, for instance, forcing their schemas into your page, which is a terrible, terrible thing to do, because I believe they're putting like article schema onto every post as if every post's purpose is actually an article, and that's just ridiculous. There's a lot of times where a post or a page isn't an article schema is not the best choice, so why would you have it in there? So if you don't have the ability to turn that schema off in Yoast, and what you primarily use Yoast for is SEO, you have a better option with PSV3, because this is our SEO box. Right, we handle a lot of the things Yoast does, your general SEO. We do a little bit of on-page health analysis for seed keywords. We control the robots. We can control open graph settings. You can see what schemas are injected in here, or use like a quick, easy schema wizard to inject schema onto this page. Notes basically are just for you taking notes as you're changing optimizations. What I use notes for is to make date notes on things that happen. So say today is 29/07/23, I can say created the page, right? So then what I'll do is, once again, I'll save it, or publish it, sorry, is what I should say, update it. And the cool thing with notes, so I'll go back to this one, reload WebESD. Okay, and this was the page that we were working on, this ranking, and you can see that the note has actually been added here as well, right? So then say a week goes by and nothing has changed, I can add another note, right? So 30, updated SEO title to blah, 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 right? And keep your notes so that you're understanding the changes you're making, and how it's reflecting in your ranks, right? The other thing I do a lot of times is I take screenshots. Like I use a tool called Gazzo, right? And what I can do is take a screenshot of this, because this is where it's at on this date, and I want to remember that. So then what I'll do in my notes, right, is created the page, and then I'll link to that screenshot, right? And then a week later, if I update something, I'll take another screenshot, and then I'll put that link there, so that I can always go back and look at what I had compared to what I'm changing it to. So that's one way I use notes. The other part of this was scripts. Scripts is just the ability to add, things like Facebook pixels into specific pages. We also have a global scripts option, where if you just want a script to show up on every page, so like I use them for stat counter, for instance, I have to install a script for stat counter. I use them for chat bots. I definitely use them for Facebook pixels, but those are typically site-wide. I want them on every page. So what I would do there is go to V3 SEO settings, okay, and go to scripts. You can see on Project Supremacy V3, we have our Facebook pixels code in there. We also have a Facebook like code, and then we have a Google Analytics site tag. All three of those scripts show up on every page. Now, on an individual page, if I wanted a specific script for an individual page, what I would do is just go to that page or post and go to the scripts tab and add it there in that specific section, and then it would only show up on that specific section. And if you chose to not want the global scripts to show up on that page, all you do is tick this box and say ignore global scripts on this page and only use these ones. So there's a lot of options with Project Supremacy to control your SEO, and the kind of point of me saying all this is, you know, if you're not liking Yoast, PSV3 has pretty much a lot of the stuff Yoast does, but without forcing any options on you. Everything's by choice with PSV3. Next question, Alexander, is there any special reason why the metric of keyword difficulty is missing? Yes, specifically, actually, we've chosen not to, and I've talked about this before. Let me see if I can actually find that. So I'm going to just go to the V3 webinars part, just to be quick. And the answer is yes, we chose not to show keyword difficulty because I don't believe keyword difficulty metrics are a really good thing to choose whether you want to track or try and rank for that keyword or not. You know, like for instance, like you'll go use a specific keyword tool and it'll say the difficulty 60, and then you're like, well, I'm not going to try it, it's too high, right? But those things, the rule that creates the difficulty is based on the writer that wrote the rule. Like whoever, like the software developer is, they're like, well, these are the metrics that make a keyword easier, hard to rank for. So it's their take on what makes a keyword easier, hard to rank for. There's too many variables to truly get an accurate keyword difficulty. Now, if you're comfortable with it and you used it with success, that's fine. But we chose not to use it because I've ranked for keywords that were super high difficulty in certain keyword tools with like 4 or 5 links and just really solid on-page optimization, even though the keyword difficulty told me, you know, maybe you shouldn't try and rank for this keyword. I think what's more important than looking at the keyword difficulty is to understand, you know, what makes a keyword easier or hard to rank for, right? And typically it's 2 basic core elements. It's on-page optimization and off-page optimization. So how well, and the third element would kind of be, and I'll give you an example. The third element would kind of be the results of the first page for that keyword. You'd want to analyze that data. So let's actually look at one of the keywords that we're trying to rank for. So say for instance, SEO ranking tool. So the data that I got here is the broad search for that in Google has 24 million results. The phrase only has 6,430. In title, there's only 120 sites with that in the title, and in the URL 157. To me, just through experience of looking at that, I know that it's probably pretty reasonable to think that I can rank for that keyword. If I wanted to get a little bit more information, okay, what's involved in ranking for this keyword and what is my competition doing, rather than looking at a keyword difficulty metric, what I would do is just go analyze the keyword in Google, right? And typically when I do that, I look at this. So I'll go look at who's ranking. So ignore the ads, right? So homepage, inner page, inner page, inner page, inner page, homepage, inner page. Then I'll want to look at, okay, well, these sites, SEO ranking tool, let's do a control F and look at SEO ranking tool. Okay, let's see if that specific phrase is showing up in the title, URL, description on the first page, right? And not the paid ads, but this. So not in the title, not in the URL, not in the description. No, 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 no. So nobody is aggressively targeting that. Oh, well, I'm sorry, that's an ad. Nobody's aggressively targeting those keywords in the title, the URL, or even the description. So there's could be 2 things that I take from that. Number 1, you don't need to, or number 2, nobody's optimizing specifically for that keyword, right? And you might be able to rank with just a bit of optimization. So how do we find that out now? Well, what I like to use is the Moz bar, and it's a free Chrome extension that adds Moz Analytics, okay, to the results, so you can kind of start getting an idea of the site. So for instance, the first result has a domain authority of 39 and a page authority of 46 with 6,900 links. They're just a massive brand. Makes sense. So same here, pretty much same here, pretty much same here, pretty much same here, pretty much same here. And then 21 links on the 10th result, but they have a big DA and a big PA. So what I'm looking at here with the Moz bar is that Google is really ranking brands for this thing. So can I outrank a brand? Right now, I would think, yeah, I probably could, because nobody here is really optimized for that specific phrase, right? So if I wanted to try and beat these guys out, the first thing I would do is optimize very, very aggressively for those keywords, okay? And if I go look at how aggressive we're being for that SEO ranking tool, well, it's first in my title, search engine ranking tool. It should be search engine optimization ranking tool is in my URL. But if I wanted to be even more aggressive, I would go back to this kind of format, SEO ranking tool in the description, and then SEO keyword ranking tool. Sorry, that was in the URL. This is in the description. SEO keyword ranking tool is quite aggressive, but we put keyword in between SEO and ranking tool. If we wanted to be real aggressive, right, we would just kind of move that SEO ranking tool for keywords, right? And then our H1 is website ranking tool for SEOs. So we could save that, right? And now we're being very, very aggressive for that specific keyword. And when this page indexes, we would go see where it indexes. Eventually we would, we might debut in Google once it's indexed at page 3. And they'll be like, all right, now I need to go build some links, and that might boost it up to page 2, right? And then we start getting more information and ideas of like, okay, that's probably going to be a hard keyword to rank for based on the fact that Google is ranking all brands, right? But if we move into page 1 amongst all these brands with really aggressive SEO, then what we know from that standpoint is that, Google's choosing to rank these not because they're optimized, but because they're brands. If we make it to page 1 for this keyword with just a few links and really solid optimization, yeah, we can move it further. Because now we know that nobody's really optimized well, but we are, and I've done that with other keywords. So that's kind of a long answer to why did we not specifically include a keyword difficulty metric. I don't believe in it. I believe it's more important to know the process of understanding if a keyword is easy or hard to rank for versus just looking at a number and basing your decision on that. Because a lot of times people don't know what those numbers really, really mean or how they arrive at those numbers. Next question, Brendan Malone says, coming late to the party, is the project planner on a master site or is it to be managed on individual clients? So the project planner actually, in every site that you install Project Supremacy on, the project planner comes with it in the plugin, right? So it's on every site. It's not a master site. You can create as many projects as you want within it. And then you can even export projects. So like, for instance, let's say this was a client site and you got a new client and you wanted to start working on that new client. You could actually start building a project out with like keywords and stuff like that. And then when the client's ready to go, install Project Supremacy, export the project off this site and then load that file onto the client site, and then it's moved over there. So it's not a master. It's only a master for the domain that it's installed on, but every plugin or every website that you install Project Supremacy v3 on does come with the project manager inside of the plugin. Trey says, oh, that's a private question. I'm sorry. I'll cover that in a second, Brenda. You'll like this. I'm just reading Trey's question. It is private though. I don't know, Trey, you might want to like look at Fiverr. They could probably do it. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't really know because there's too many variables. Once again, HTML, WordPress, Wix. I don't know what it was and what it's going to be, but Fiverr is a good place to look. Brenda says, so she's like, okay, I understand. I just hope the clients stay out. So that's an important point. When you work with clients, obviously they have access to their websites, meaning they have access to this stuff. And when you guys go in and start, creating optimization, I never even talked about this, but I should. When you guys start going in and optimizing their pages, their posts, sometimes clients or webmasters or people with access to their site will go in here and be like, well, what's this? Start playing around in there and kind of either changing or undoing or maybe even deleting work that you're doing for your client, which is kind of a waste of time. So let me show you what the solution to that is with Project Supremacy v3, Brenda. So what I'm going to do is open up our actual app. Okay, and the app is basically the central dashboard for all the websites that you are controlling with Project Supremacy V3. So let's assume now that v3.project supremacy is a client of yours, okay? And you're working with project manager, you're working with setting up all this stuff on them, but you don't want the client messing with your stuff, right? So what you can do is go to your dashboard, okay, search for that client, and then you're gonna go into manage website for that client, and see right here, show plugin and hide plugin. What you can actually do when you don't want the client to access is you just click on hide plugin, okay? And then it says the plugin has been successfully hidden. So now when the client comes in and logs in, I'm gonna refresh this page. That's not what's gonna happen, but we'll get back there, okay? You can see PSV3 admin, ignore that. That's only there for me as an admin of the site, but you can see the whole plugin is hidden now so that they can't do anything. Right? We take it a bit further than that. Let me show the plugin again. Okay, so when you want to go back in and work, you can show the plugin again, and then when you refresh the page, there it is, it's back. Now you can go in and resume your work. We take it a bit further than that. So we did create some protective measures as well from clients that, you know, say you're doing work for them and then they decide, you know, their payment's going on 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks late. You're having trouble connecting payments or whatever, what you can do is actually remotely deactivate the plugin. Say they remove your access to their website, so you can no longer log in with WordPress admin, but they didn't delete V3. Well, what you can do is actually deactivate the plugin, and what that will do is basically sever the connection from their website to the database that stores all their things like the optimization work you did, the schemas, everything basically, so that if you do any work and a client removes your access to their website, you can go and shut off all the work that you've done by severing the connection, called deactivate plugin. So it'll revert them back to whatever they had before you started with V3, and then their rankings might fall or whatever, but basically you're saying to them, you know, you don't deserve my work because you're not paying me, or it's just any of those situations where something goes bad with the client. You can actually take away your work even if they've removed your WP admin access, as long as V3 is still installed on the site. You can do that, and then if you get paid or something gets better, you can go and reactivate the plugin, and then it just kind of turns everything back on. So we have that function built in as well, which is pretty cool. Brenda, do you have V3, by the way? Sounds like, I'm not sure if you do or not. No? Okay. You can get it for free. Let me just find the page. You like the wipe everything function. Yeah, that was a good one. I'm just trying to find the page where I'll give you guys an extended trial for anyone that wants it. I just forget the URL. Okay, there it is. So this free trial, you can sign up for Project Supremacy V3, and this extends it from a 14-day free trial to a 30-day free trial. So there you go. I just put that link in the chat box for everyone. Now, the free trial, the WordPress management functions of V3 is always going to be free. You can see right here, okay, it's manage 50 websites for free forever, right? So you get all the SEO functionality and stuff like that for 50 sites for free forever. The other functions though that are on a free trial, okay, are like the backups. We have a backup service where you can, you know, automatically back up your website. So it would, like, for instance, here's the website. I want to back it up to maybe Dropbox, maybe OneDrive, Amazon S3, Google Drive. I only update the website weekly, so I only want to take weekly backups, and I want to save my 5 most recent backups and delete any ones that are older. So you can back up sites and restore them from here. It's a lot better than using cPanel backups. So that's on a free trial. The rank tracker. So we showed you guys that in the project planner, you can actually track keywords in the project planner. But what actually happens is when you do track those keywords or initiate them to be tracked within the project planner, okay, kind of how I showed you guys. Let me load this. Okay, so you can see here we're tracking this little group, rank 7, 10, 31, 34. When you select keywords to be tracked, where they actually go is into the rank tracker. So if I load V3, okay, so I can see the actual rank tracking of each of these keywords right here. Okay, and then we can do things like look at the history of them and stuff like that. And it just loads a more detailed view of your rank tracking inside the dashboard. That's on a free trial. Our schema builder is on a free trial. This is where you would come to build basically any type of schema. We have like, I'm pretty sure it's like 99% of what's on schema.org is available to you to build in here. So, I mean, literally every type of schema is here. So you can build it here, and then once it's built, assign it to your sites. That's on a free trial. And then in the plugin side, the dashboard and the SEO settings will always be available to you. Okay, the dashboard's basically just you know, registering and connecting your product. Easy WP setup for when you create new sites to like do all the housekeeping of a new site. Migrating from Project Supremacy V to Yoast or all-in-one if you want to, like, actually, Brenda, that might be something that you'd be interested in if you do have a client with Yoast and you want to move everything over to Project Supremacy V3. It's really easy. You just install V3, and if it sees Yoast is active, you can actually click a button and it'll pull in all the Yoast data into V3 through migration. Settings, I won't go through each one of them. Troubleshooting and system status information is all available for free forever, and SEO settings being your general, you know, same style as Yoast, your redirects that we create, and I'll talk about something I missed in a second. Your taxonomies, post type, default template, open graph, webmaster, and script. So that's all free. The reviews is part of creating a review box on your website. That's on a 14-day free trial. Just to give you a quick example of that, you can set up Project Supremacy V3 to allow visitors to your website to leave you either full written reviews or star rating reviews, either or. And then as they start submitting reviews, it builds your aggregate rating schema so that you can get stars in Google. So there it is. We have this one set up for people to just submit a star rating. So I'm going to give myself a vote. Thanks for leaving your rating. Another example of that. So that's just star ratings, but we'll go look at reviews on this page. So let me let it load here real quick. Okay, so here's another one where, okay, read our reviews or leave a review. Project Supremacy allows people to actually leave you full written reviews and then display the written reviews on your site. So I can show more, I can show less, I can randomize them and show the totals. That whole review bit is on a 14-day free trial. The project manager itself is on a 14-day free trial. The link manager is basically being able to set up pretty links for your own affiliate links. So like when you're setting up affiliate links, you can actually brand them to your domain. So if I was to type in, you know, here's a short code that we set up for registering for a webinar. Instead of giving out this ugly link, we can kind of give out a v3.projectsupremacy.com/go. So every website you install V3 on, it creates a branded affiliate or a tracking link to that specific domain. It's a lot nicer and then gives you stats on it and everything. And then these short codes you can actually use. You can either copy the masked URL to use outside of your website, so like Facebook, emails, stuff like that. And then the short code, whenever you want this affiliate link to show up, or any type of link, it doesn't have to be an affiliate link, wherever you want it to show up on this website, you would actually use the short code to display the link. And the reason why you would want to use the short code versus the masked link or the actual link is that if you ever had to go and update the link, and say you placed the link on 50 or 60 different pages or something, and then you needed to update the link, rather than updating 50 links, you can just go to the edit function, update your link, and anywhere the short code appears, the link will auto update for you, right? So it's a lot better than that. So that's on the free trial as well. And then the Rescue Center, is on a free trial as well. And that's just like kind of like a virus scanner and a website cloner, cloning from one website with V3 to another website with V3. That's on a free trial as well. So normally it's a 14-day free trial, but from the URL I just gave you guys, it's a 30-day free trial. Okay. And then just read the pages here, guys. It tells you all the features if you are interested in joining. And it tells you what's on a free trial, what's not on a free trial. If you want to get a little bit more information overall about Project Supremacy, just go back to v3.projectsupremacy.com. Okay, and it'll give you more information like about the all the features and stuff like that. Thank you, Richard. He said V3 super. Brenna, so I can combine my separate services, manage WP, schema app, SEO plugin, and keyword finder review plugin under one umbrella. Holy cow, where have I been? Yeah, you nailed it, really. I think that's even kind of, there we go. So all of these tools rolled into one. Ahrefs, because I didn't even show you that, but we can pull in Ahrefs and Majestic data for all your sites. Like, just to give you a quick preview of that. If I go to my dashboard, you'll notice that on my dashboard, or sorry, my websites list, you'll notice on my websites list, I have, a lot of you will see it like this. You won't see it like this. You'll see it like this, okay? When you log into your dashboard. This is probably what a lot of you see, right? But you notice if I go over here and I say show metrics, it's pulling in Ahrefs and Majestic data. Now, it doesn't do that automatically. You have to tell it to do that for each site. But this is good for like if you're managing private blog networks, or even if you have affiliate or money sites that you want to know this data, you can pull in and display Ahrefs or Majestic data for any or all of your sites. So if I go to manage website for Lollipop, you can see over here on the metrics tab, right? What I could do is say, I want to retrieve the metrics. Okay, so it is credit based. We have to pay for the metrics. So you guys have to, there is credits included in all the plans. It's already included in any new plans, or you can go into the shop and buy extra credits. But yeah, you would just say, you know, how much data you want to pull. It'll tell you, it'll pull in the basic Majestic and Ahrefs data, 1 credit each. Okay, you just click confirm, and then it'll go and retrieve those metrics from Ahrefs. You could also pull in backlink data and anchor text data from either or service as well. So yeah, backups, long tail plurals, keyword research, managed WPs, obviously managed WP. Pretty Link is our link finder, rank tracking, building schema from schema app. Yes, schema app's so expensive. They got a lot of schema. I'll give them that, and they're on top of it. But I think for the value, I think $47 a month to have unlimited schema on unlimited sites is far better than schema apps pricing. They're the next best thing though, for sure. Let's see what their pricing is now. So one domain for $30 a month. Project Supremacy V3 is $47 a month. Unlimited domains, unlimited schema, but you also get WordPress Manager, all these other features built in. So yeah, and then Yoast. So that's the idea with V3, is to basically roll all of these tools into one. And the nice thing about that too is I always tell people in WordPress, too many plugins. Okay, this is a big one for me. And this is maybe not the best example of site because I have a shit ton of plugins loaded on here, but for a simple affiliate site or a simple PBN, less is more. The more plugins you add to a site, the more opportunities you have for that plugin to either conflict with your server settings or with a theme or with another plugin, right? Plugins go out of date all the time. People need to keep stuff up to date, and they can just, everything, your sites are all different. There's probably no two sites the same where you have the same server environment, meaning your hosting environment. So what PHP version are you running? What version of curl are you running? So for instance, let me go show you. We tell you that information with V3 actually, because it is helpful. So if you go to the system status tab, we tell you, here's your WordPress environment. Okay, this is what you're running. Here's your server environment. This is what you're running, right? Which is kind of funny. We're here. One of the updates we made is the ability for you guys to on the fly update certain server environment elements. So if you ever get an error that says, you know, your PHP post max size is too small, you can just come here and raise it now. You don't have to go to your PHP INI file anymore. You can actually do it right here just by typing it in, which is pretty awesome. That just got released. It's still being updated. But your server environment, everything, all your environments, right? Everybody's environment can be different. So your server environment and your WordPress environment, but then your actual theme that you're using and all the plugins that you're using. And the more stuff you throw on the pile, the more chaotic it becomes and problems start happening. Now, the hard part when those problems start happening is identifying what is creating the problem. Is it a certain plugin? Is it a certain theme? Is it my PHP version? Is it my curl version? It becomes very, very hard, right? So I like to say the less is more. And that's why Project Supremacy does so much. One plugin does so much that it can eliminate all those other plugins from your site and give you less opportunity or create less opportunity for conflicts to happen, right? And that's why I really like working with V3. It's always the first plugin I install whenever I create a new site. And I try not to put too many more plugins on. Typically, it would be like on a money site, it would be like Project Supremacy, Google XML sitemaps. We don't have sitemaps built into Supremacy just because Google XML sitemaps plugin is free and it's awesome. So we just say, go get that one. So Project Supremacy, Google XML sitemaps, and Stat Counter are typically, and maybe like Contact Form, like 4 or 5 plugins, 6 at most on a typical money site. The reason this one has so many is because it, being that it is our main site, we do have a lot of custom stuff that we do to it. So a lot of times we have to add more plugins. But to a main site or a PBN, you can see active plugins here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have to go crazy. Are there any caveats for using the SEO plugin features in the Supremacy V3 with page builders like Beaver Builder auction? Yes and no. We are on top. Beaver Builder, no. Elementor, no. Oxygen, I don't know. On Visual Composer, I'm not 100% sure of. But typically no. And if something does happen, and those are all the 4 examples you listed are pretty popular. So typically, if you have those installed and you're running V3 and you're at one of your pages, and our PS SEO box is kind of displaying funny, there's some CSS conflict issues or something like that. Let's go into this one. Like I use Aveda. I also use Thrive Architect, like in combination with that. So I actually have 2 page builders that we use here. And this is really what matters with V3 is this PS SEO box, making sure that it still works, it's running, and it's pulling properly. But if there ever is an issue, especially with like those 4 that you listed, our developers make sure that those work, and we make sure that we have the updates for everything to work flawlessly. The only thing that sometimes doesn't work is one of these features here. So let's go into this. This part. Let's go into here. When you get to the like WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get type of editor, we do have these 4 short codes, okay, that we added. Basically all these is for quickly adding specific types of content to your pages using the what you see is what you get editor. So for instance, in this one, this is an interlinking short code. So if I wanted to interlink from one page to another using keywords from my plan, like back in the project planner, it's important to link to pages using like really good anchor text. This just shows me these are all the projects I have. These are all the keywords within the project. So these would probably be the best keyword anchor text to use to interlink. This just allows you to build fast interlinking using those keywords. This one is for quickly adding your affiliate short codes. This one is to pull in YouTube videos quickly. And you can see it actually loaded in the background there. So there's my YouTube search. You have to have an API for that. And then the final one was for adding images quickly through the Pixabay. Now these can conflict, and you can actually see right now with Aveda, it's conflicting. It's loading behind this element instead of in front of it. So I would just have to tell my developers, hey, it's loading in behind, submit a support ticket and tell us what's happening, and we'll make it work. So things like Aveda, Thrive themes, like you said, Beaver Builder, Elementor, Oxygen, Visual, we want our shit to work with those because they're very popular builders. These 4 short codes might be the only things that you run into an issue with those. Other than that, I think it would be pretty much fine. But if it isn't, you would just log into your dashboard, and right here, this little question box is your connect to Alex and Tanya, who are on support for you. If they can't solve your issues, that they escalate it to our development team, and our development team will solve those issues as well. If you guys ever want to see as well what's being done to the plugin, you can go to the news and you can go to the change logs, right? We always post what's being fixed. So you can see here, email format change to match the one from the project manager. That's for when your keywords are done, we email you. Let me see if I've got that email in yet. I can't find it, whatever, doesn't matter. But yeah, you can go through these and you can search through them as well. If you ever want to see what updates are happening, or like sometimes like Beaver Builder, like you can even search for Beaver, you know, and no, there's no results. So we guess we never specified, but yeah, these are the change results. You can see we're always updating things. I think it's more, like I'm showing you this more to show you, like, yeah, we update a lot. So you can see 2019, here's July. These are updates for bugs, fixes, and stuff that are constantly happening with our development team to try and keep this software up to date. It's a big software, so there's a lot that we need to do. Any other questions, anybody? Sorry, I'm vaping in the background. I'm a quitting smoker, so I need to vape to kill my my cravings. We're at about an hour here now, guys, so that's not bad. Any other questions about anything? I know we covered a lot in V3. I will talk about keyword supremacy right now because we have an update coming to that. So I'm going to log in. A lot of people kind of stopped using keyword supremacy because we were forced to use SEMrush to get our keyword data. I don't know if you guys even know about keyword supremacy, but if you go to app.keywordsupremacy.com, you can get a free account here too. But our keyword search, like this is a keyword research tool that we put together. When we were pulling the data for the keywords, we were using SEMrush, and their data is just so far behind and so kind of terrible. The biggest update that we have coming to this tool is we are connecting again to actual AdWords data, right? And that's the stuff that everybody loves. So if you want to get the actual search volume from Google, as well as the competition in the CPC, we finally found a way to be able to do that in a safe manner. And that's being implemented right now. It should be out in about a week, and that'll make this keyword research tool just kind of amazing again, where you guys can get actual AdWords data rather than SEMrush data, because the SEMrush data, to be honest, it was sucking. So that's coming within the next few weeks to keyword supremacy as well, just for anyone that does have a keyword supremacy account, or for anyone that is interested in one in the future. You can grab a free account, and the free account will just allow you to do searches like this. So let's say you guys are doing, you know, idea generation. I need to find some keywords in a niche or whatever. So like, I don't know, somebody give me an idea for, like, if you're building an affiliate site or whatever, just give me a keyword and we'll do it live, and I'll show you how this works and why it works good. Let's do crypto. Okay, so say I'm building a crypto site and I want to find good keywords in crypto. Well, what I would do is just type in the word crypto and put in a space, and then just click search. And then what that's going to do on the free account is just go give you a bunch of keyword ideas based on, you know, the search suggest in A. So crypto A words, crypto B words, crypto C words. And then what you pay for is if you want the data, like, well, how many people are searching for it and what's the cost per click AdWords data, you can click get all metrics, okay? And then it goes out and adds that to the queue, kind of like the project planner that I showed you on PSV3, except the search is a little bit different. It's based on the A to Z stuff. And then the nice thing is we can expand on this. So like if I liked what was going on in the A groups, I can now go crypto A and then use a wildcard, use percents as wildcards. Actually, I don't even need a wildcard. I just wouldn't put a space. I'm going to search again. So now it would return all results with the second word starting with the letter A. So A, oh, did I put a space in there? Actually, let me use a wildcard just to make it. So A space, that's a wildcard. Let me search again. Okay, so like crypto AA words, AB words, oh, crypto ability. So notice everything starts with A now, but now it's crypto account, crypto academy, crypto adoption, AE, crypto arrow, whatever that is. Like it's just a really good way to search for ideas, right? And then use AdWords to get the volumes, and then you filter stuff out. We have filters, so like I can go to one of my queued searches. Once you click get all metrics, it goes into a queued search, and then we can see like title loans I'm doing some research on. Once you have the data, right, it pulls in all the data, then you can use filters to say like only show me stuff that has a cost per click of at least $1, and filter out all the stuff with, you know, low search volume or whatever, and then you arrive at a really tight list that you can use these keywords in your project planner or wherever. But before, yeah, the data was just bad, so it's coming from AdWords pretty soon, which is going to be awesome. There's a lot more that this keyword tool does, but if you want to learn about it, just go to Keyword Supremacy, and you can learn about that. So okay, one more question just came in. On a small but big note, I did a test on a not so well known geology department using schema copy and paste the HTML code, and then they then listed on page 1. I don't think they were even listed in the top 50. Did not try anything else yet, but wow, yeah, schema is pretty powerful. It is a ranking signal. I mean, Google's consistently working on updating, like especially the rich results. And I always try to refer people to this article in Google. If you go and like search Google for rich results, oh, it's not this one. I always do this every time I do this. Here we go. It's in the support docs in Google. So like the different types of rich results that Google's starting to put in. Oh, let me just do rich results. There's a list somewhere. Yeah, it could be this one. I'm not sure. You just go Google and go search in the developers docs in Google, and it'll show you like all the stuff that's coming out and the types, and it's all schema generated. So schema is still a ranking factor. It's still, especially with like types of results you can get in Google, how to play guitar, like just do any search really. I'll show you the rich results. Okay, a big video rather than the normal video, that's a rich result about this result. So let's go look at that. Okay. Featured snippets, that's what they are, yeah. Rich results, featured snippets, stuff like that. That's a rich results, probably schema generated. So video schema, for instance, video carousel. People also ask question and answer based schema, star ratings, aggregate rating schema. There's just all kinds. Here we go, playbook, guitar. This is, I forget the type of schema that one is, but you can like books. Basically, you guys need to go into, if you want to learn more about it, and I'm trying to do this live and fast, but I'd have to go searching, and it's kind of boring for you guys to watch me search. I will try quickly though. No, not filter search results. Let's do get started. So yeah, there's just so much you can do with schema to get like awesome types of results in Google. Oh, wait a minute, that might have been it. There was one page I had, I should bookmark it so that I can show it on these webinars, because I always go through this, where they really show examples of all their rich snippets and what they have. It's really cool, but I'm not going to keep searching for it because you guys don't want to see that. But yeah, Richard, that's awesome to hear that, man. Guys, I'll give you a couple more minutes here. Doesn't seem like too many more questions coming in, so I'll give a couple more minutes. And while that, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to ask questions. And while that's happening, I'm gonna try and find this thing I'm trying to show you. It'll be on Google. Kind of going in circles here, but if anybody ever finds it, let me know, because I should really bookmark that that page so I don't sit on the webinar like. I guess last question, guys. Anybody else with anything before we end this webinar? Richard said, can you show again where the Google, etc. tabs are on PSV3 for word tracking? Oh, yeah. Do you mean these? Oh, do you mean like the rank tracker? That's right here, but you might mean the project planner, which is in the plugin Project Supremacy V3 project management. I should call it SEO dashboard or something. But yeah, this is a list of all the projects. And then when you load a specific one, it loads the plan that you're creating. And then what each button does is the settings button just opens and closes the optimization settings. The actions tab, the little lightning bolt here, gives you like this subset is keyword management. So if you want to add new keywords, delete keywords, get the keyword volume in CPC, get the keyword competition, or track the rankings. So that's your keyword management features. Your group management features are creating a new page from a group. So for instance, like right here, when we kind of created this, we didn't have a page, we were creating a plan here, right? What you would do once your plan is created is you can create a page or a post based on your plan. Attached to page or post means, and you can see there's a green check mark. The green check mark means that it is already attached, meaning it's now actually the same as a live page that you have. Like you can see up here, there's a tab with page. Up here, there's no tab. That's another quick look. If it shows page, it's attached to a page. If it shows nothing, it's more a plan. And then go to attach page or post is just a quick link to get to the editor. Move to a different project would be move this entire thing into a different project, right? So like from a keyword research project into an actual working project, and then deleting a group. These actions are for like adding a new group, creating a group from an existing page or post. So like if you wanted to do an audit of a website, like say you have a client and you're starting brand new and you're like, okay, I want to see in one place where they're at, you would create an audit. You can see I have one here. So we'll load that. And how you would even populate this is you go to actions, create groups from existing pages or posts. Okay, so I'm going to look at the pages. I'm going to select the pages that, you know, let's show 10 entries. I'd select the pages that I want to audit. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, click next, and then it would pull them in. So now you can see page, 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 meaning you can edit the optimization of each of these pages. So I'll expand all. So here's an audit. So this is the existing SEO on an audit that they have. Then if you're like, okay, well, everything's good here, I want to add some keywords, you can add keywords. If you want to change things, this one doesn't have a description, for instance, neither does this one or this one. You know, there's a little bit of lacking stuff in this audit. So this is a 6-page audit. I'm auditing these 6 pages, and I can see this needs a description, this needs a description, this needs a description, and this needs a description. So you can, it's just a quick look at stuff like that. Oh, Brendan might have found that. Let me see if I can. Let me see if that works. I gotta spell gallery right. There we go. Ooh, I couldn't copy and paste. Let's see what I got wrong. Developers.google.com search docs. That's what I got wrong. Yes, thank you. Bookmark. Here we go. Yes, these are the examples of the rich snippets, featured results that you can get in Google. So everyone should, I'm going to share this. Thank you so much for getting me that link. Now I've lost it, but I've got a bookmark now, so let me grab it again. Everybody should go over this, okay? These are the types of really rich results you can get in Google and examples of them and how to get them. But a lot of these are, oh man, they're getting bigger. Critic reviews, data sets, employer ratings, events, fact checking, frequently asked questions, how-tos, like the question and answer box, job posting. So like this is growing. Like there used to be only 4 here when I started. Like it's crazy how much this is growing now. It's featured video, the big video. Yeah, you guys can go through and read these things, so you can see. If you guys want a chance at, if you have a video and you want to rank it in Google and on the big box, like that example I showed you, how to play guitar, right? And that guy had that like wicked big video, right? This is going to get a shit ton of clicks, right? Well, if you want to do that, here's an example of the markup that you would need using JSON LD, right? You can see they're using a video object schema type, right? And you can, if you want to build that, there's 2 ways you could build it with Project Supremacy. Number 1, let's go back here, right? You can grab the URL and then go to our schema builder, and you can basically pull it in. You can use this called the duplicator. So you're saying duplicate the schema that's on this URL is what this is for. Sorry, my page is still loading because I have too many things going in webinar running, so my internet's a little bit slow. So yeah, I can put in this URL and then give it a name. So just let's call it SD big video, and then save it to whatever folder. So I'll just save it in our miscellaneous folder. Run the duplicator, and they found breadcrumb list. I thought they'd find video, but let's pull in what they have. So I'll go to my miscellaneous folder now, and there's my breadcrumb list, and I'm looking for the SD video. And then what I'm going to do, so what that will do is load the breadcrumb list type schema, right? And it pulls in all the properties of that schema type, but I'm only interested in what they use. So I'm going to just click this button, show my properties only. So they used an item element list. So then I can click the folder to view it. Oops. The edit button to view it, and do the same thing. It's kind of a nested schema. That's why we have to open a new window. And I'm not going to go over this a lot right now, but oh wow, it gets a little deeper. Let's do it this way. That was maybe a bad example for this. That's kind of shit. Yeah, it's a bad example, but that's what you can do. You can go and find something on Google that you like, get the URL of it, and pull it in through the schema sniper, or you can go, like, obviously this is video object schema. You know the schema type. You can just go manually build it, right? So, oops, you can just go video, right? And there's video object schema. We can load it. Now it's the video object, and then here's all the properties of it. You can fill it out and build that schema. So tons of opportunities for like really cool stuff in here. Just so much stuff. Thank you for that link. Okay, it doesn't look like any more questions, guys. So I guess I'll just end the webinar at that. Thanks for the people that came on. Hopefully you guys learned a little something. And just go, once again, if you want to see what's coming up next and attend our webinars, always come to supremacy.digital. That's our parent company. You can learn about us, you can learn about our products, and then here's the events that are coming up. If you've missed webinars, sign up for a Supremacy Digital account. All the webinars, including the one that's happening today, do get uploaded into our keyword searchable webinar vault, so you guys can always be able to find answers with me teaching this kind of stuff just by doing a keyword search for whatever it is you're looking for. You'll know what you're looking for, so just go type in the keyword and you can watch replays of stuff. So thanks, Brenda. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, Philip. We'll talk to you guys, I guess, August 6th if you want to come on a PSV3 webinar, and that'll be specifically talking about Project Supremacy, which really is what we did today, but
We'll go hopefully have more people on, and typically when people participate more, guys, you get even more information, right? Because they're asking questions you never thought of. And then I usually go down quite a few rabbit holes, and you end up finding a bunch of features of our stuff that you probably didn't know exist, or at least how to use them. So we'll leave it at that today, guys, and we'll try and get this replay loaded up into the vault by Friday. So thanks for coming on, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.